Hello guys, how are you today? I hope things are going well. This feels like tulip day here on the farm. A whole bunch of the tulips are ready and they bring in a fair bit of money. So it's like, good stuff. If I was smart, I would have gone over and gotten the Good Samaritan bonus off some other farm, but I didn't, so it's okay. It is what it is. Weekend's coming up, or is today the weekend? It's pretty quick, right? It's either like now or tomorrow. I never know what day it is. It's okay. I shall survive. So I'm in, in the other day was it yesterday? I was talking about frogs and raining fish in Texas, but there was something else I had stumbled across and I forgot to mention it. But apparently right near Washington, D.C., there was somebody that is breeding exotic animals or something. They've got a farm of some sort. And they had 3 zebras escape. And apparently they were gone for weeks. And I guess the authorities found out, months. So the authorities found out about it because one of them had gotten caught in some sort of big snare trap and was killed. So the authorities went, okay. Now, I love this part of the comments on the news article I was reading, that the belief was that the dead zebra might have been one of the ones that disappeared from this farm. And it's like, well, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, really, it could have been the next door neighbor zebra, it could have been your cousin's zebra. I mean, come on, seriously. Maybe you think maybe it was. I think maybe you're right, but I guess you can't go on a limb and make a positive statement about anything anymore. So it's just the government thought that possibly, this dead zebra had to do something, with the guy who had lost 3 zebras. I think they were very clever in making that assumption. But anyway, he got charged. They got charged with, failing to give proper care or something to the zebras. I guess the thinking being that if they were in a proper pen, they wouldn't have gotten away. So this animal was killed in a snare, for goodness sakes, a snare trap, because they blamed the owner. Well, it wasn't the owner's trap. And I find that really wild. Okay, I get it that he should have had adequate fencing and whatever. I absolutely, totally get that. But what about the person who is putting out snare traps big enough to capture and kill a zebra? Is that legal? Seriously, is that illegal? Because that would not be legal here in Canada. That would be a big bad no-no. I mean, you can snare deer, but I don't think it's legal, or at least it didn't used to be. I know this. At once upon a time, it was illegal as heck. I'm assuming it still is. That's some serious. I mean, you could get a person in that, and yes, a person might be wise enough to realize that you've got this wire around your neck. But what if it's just a child who panics? Like, is that legal? Nothing in the news article mentioned the dude that was out there with a snare big enough to capture and kill a zebra. What is he hunting for? Seriously. Other people's cows? I just don't even, I couldn't even get my head around it. But a quite interesting part of how the story ended is that one day the zebras were back home again, and apparently nobody knows how they got there. They don't know. The other 2 showed up months later after running around the countryside not far out of Washington, D.C. So I guess in Maryland, I think. Not, just wandering around. There was nothing in the news that said anything about them having been spotted anywhere, or, zebra sightings on farms, like nothing. They were back home one day. They returned. They just came home. They went, wow, the world's kind of a creepy place, dude. I'm going home. And showed up. And nobody knows how they got there. Except they decided to come home on their own, I guess. I don't know. It was, I just found so many levels of this story to be Like, what? First of all, they escaped. Okay, the guy, yeah, the owner got charged for not having adequate, you know, fencing or space or whatever for them. And then the giant snare of doom that actually ends up killing one. And then he got fined for that because they deemed that his fault because the animal wasn't safe at home. So he was the reason, whoever owned, the owner was the reason that that the animal had suffered that death. Nobody mentioned the guy out there putting snares big enough to capture people and cows and horses, and you know what? Wow, that one I still like. I need to look this up. There's got to be a story out there somewhere talking about that, right? It's amazing. And then the fact that they just turned up home again one day. It's like there they were. It's like, we can escape, we can get back in. The world is a scary place, yo. I'm going home. Yeah, I think that was, I don't know, I found the whole story just to be kind of fascinating in weird and wondrous ways. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. So, yeah, the escaping zebras of Washington, D.C. Good times. That's a nice city, isn't it? Have you ever been to Washington, D.C.? I know a lot of my followers are in the United States. And have you been to your capital? Because it is the most extraordinary city. It is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful place to go. And I have so many American friends that they don't have passports. They don't travel. They don't go places, which just boggles my mind in all the ways. I can't even get my head around that. It's like, but why not? Oh, look, we're looking down on the little tulips. I'm sorry, I just been picked. Every time I harvest these, I go, I should get a picture looking down on the tulips. So now I just did. Anyway, yeah, I have so many American friends who don't have passports. It's like your country is so big, and there's such a varied landscape and different kinds of places you can go, and varied climates that, you know, there just doesn't seem to be a need to go anywhere else. But I'm surprised at how many have not been to their own capital. It's an amazing city. It is so beautiful. And I love the people in Washington, D.C. I just found everybody to be so wildly friendly. It was so good. It was just so very, very nice. I love the city. It's beautiful. And apparently, if you're really fortunate, you may see zebras wandering around. That's a bonus that I had not known about until this week. And I think that, you know, you keep that camera ready, because you could be the one who goes viral posting zebra pictures in front of, you know, the FBI building or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. Out on the lawn of the Capitol building, wading in the reflecting pool at the monuments. Yeah, it'd be good stuff. Good stuff. I like it. My imagination takes me places that you might not ever get to go, but that's okay, because I have fun. Oh my God. Anyway, guys, I am just doing harvesting today, lots and lots of harvesting, because I got lots and lots of tulips ready, and it needs doing because I need the cash. I want to get back up over 8 billion before I go and do the next round of destructive doom that are those stations. So I must do all the flowers, please. Level 158. These little babies are coming along. They're getting there. I hope you are having a good weekend. If it's the weekend, I actually don't know what day it is. I know it's like Friday, Saturday. It's in there somewhere. So if it's not the weekend yet, I hope your weekend tomorrow is tons of fun. Go out and have a good time with that. And if today's the weekend, then I hope you got to sleep in and have a nice lazy day and have coffee in bed reading a book or something luxurious and decadent. Do something decadent just because you can. Decadent is a good thing to do on a weekend. Take care of yourself. I hope you're having a good time, guys. Thank you for the thumbs up, your follows, your comments, and the ongoing kindness you show to me in this channel. You are appreciated. Bye-bye.